that I mentioned last time, called Among the Sleep, which, as far as I know, is kind of the first indie horror game to kind of play with the idea of the player being a child or a toddler and having sort of, the horror be derived from, how scary things can be when, you don't quite know what's going on, or you have that very vivid imagination that tends to be, you know, the mark of a child who hasn't yet learned to, divide fantasy from reality or whatever. I say as I myself struggle with that on a regular basis, but it is what it is. So let's get into that. Okay. Too bright. Not bright enough. So we want it to be just barely visible. But as usual, I like to turn it up a little extra, only because, like, y'all have to see. And that can be kind of hard, so we'll set it this. It seems, yeah, that seems a bit too bright. This seems good. I like that. Okay. Oh, hooray, I can use... What does this mean? Oh, options, okay. Oh, cool, I can choose pajamas. Just have head till yes, don't need... Crosshair dot, don't think I need that. Seems good. Pajamas. That's all we have? Oh no, there we go. Yellow, blue, bear, pink, purple, rainbow, red. Yellow, blue, bear. Let's go with rainbow, because it's Pride Month, right? Okay, apply that. Crawl, stand, sprint, climb, view memories, hug Teddy, interact, rotate object, throw object. Isn't the same as sprint. I'm sure it'll all make... I'm sure it'll tutorialize it somewhat. Set up the resolution to 1920 by 1080. Oh, god dang it. Just want to buy it. There we go. Maximum quality. Good, 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 good. Apply. Cool. Perfect. Okay. Audio's good. Okay. So I think we are prepared to begin. New story. Oh. Where are we at? What's going on?
Hey, sweetie. Did you finish your drink already?
Oh. I'm like, are we starting like in utero res?
It might break.
No.
Now it'll only be a minute. Mommy just has to make sure that the cake is perfect.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. There
Oh.
and there. Perfect. Oh, look at you. You're so
Oh, crap.
adorable in your tiny footed pajamas. Happy birthday, sweetie.
Oh my god. Do I get to eat this whole cake?
I'm 2 years today.
That's a lot of cake for a baby.
Oops. I think I know a little someone who's ready for some cake. Chugga 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 choo choo. Here it comes through the tunnel. Choo choo. I'll be
Who's
right back.
interrupting my cake eating?
What are you doing? No! Hey, you. Look what I found. I wonder what it is. Why don't we go upstairs and find out? Oh my! How much cake did you have?
Not enough.
Mm-hmm.
We could always have more cake. Please, Mother, put me down so we may have more cake. Oh. Which part of my body? Is that my arm?
Here we are. Now let's see what's inside. Maybe it's a new toy.
It does, doesn't it?
Okay, sweetie. Be a dear and play for a bit. Mommy will be right back.
Okay, I thought she was going to set me on top of the dresser. It's like, that's probably not a good place for a baby. Also, hey, how's it going? So can we spell something body with these D, It's been a long time since I've worked with alphabet blocks, and is there like some sort of internal logic to them, like what letters appear on them, or is it just kind of at the designer's discretion? Yes, yes. Let's make this deeply, deeply morbid. Go to T. Come on, let's make this spooky. Mom's gonna come back and be like, why is the child forming words? It's like, secretly this is the omen. We are the Antichrist. Oh, crap. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, crap. It's like... How far back do we go? Yeah. No, it's upside down now. You know what, if I was a baby, I wouldn't know that. I would just be like, yeah, I've done it. I've succeeded. My mind is corrupted by the concept of knowledge. Flip the block. I'm assuming I'm just supposed to be killing time right now, but maybe not. Maybe. Ah, god dang What are we doing? Oh, hello. It's just a... What a surreal little setup. I'm into it, though. Okay, so walking. Not so good at walking. But crawling. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. And climbing. Oh, we did that very quickly. What the hell? Well, we're up here now, I guess. I wonder if this baby can take fall damage. I guess not. Hell yeah, it's going nuts. Oh, crap. Oh? Hello?
Hey, you found me.
Oh. I guess I did.
My name is Teddy. Nice to meet you. Hey, what's your name?
I'm Baby.
Not much of a talker yet, eh? Let's play a game. I know. I'll hide the pink elephant while you're not looking.
Okay. Can do that.
Come here. Turn around and cover your eyes.
1 second, I'm gonna do a little bit of yard bowling. Yeah. Cool. Okay, yeah. Now we can play your game.
There. You can look now.
What a fascinating way to tutorialize the pause menu. Okay.
Warmer. Getting warmer. Super warm.
This doesn't seem like you did a very good job of hiding.
Super warm.
Teddy, my
you
guy.
found it.
Okay. Cool. Mission successful.
Wow. Is that a music box? Does it work?
Teddy, I don't know. You seem to know more about this area than I do.
That's a nice melody.
Whoa. Like, hell yeah.
What's this?
Where'd you go?
5 thirsty animals upon a dry, dry hill. We could use a drink, they sang, and started to drill. Unless we reach water with our newly dug well, I think we'll have to bid each other fare thee well.
Oh, there you are. Bam.
Oh! Does it run? How do you start it?
Okay.
Round and round and round.
Game of the year right here.
Hey, pick me up and carry me on your back. I want to show you something.
Okay.
We need someplace very dark. How about your closet?
I don't know about that, Teddy. That's a little... It's a little odd, a little spooky. How did I do that? Strong baby.
It has to be darker. Shut the doors completely. Good. This will do nicely.
Oh shit.
Hope there are no monsters in here. If you ever feel scared in a dark place like this, you can hug me tightly. You might feel a little bit safer. I don't think we're supposed to be here. We must be careful. I don't like this.
Well, Teddy, you're the freaking one who was like, hey, let's go inside the dark ass closet, like.
Did you hear that? I think something's coming.
Yeah? What's it?
There you are. What are you doing in the closet?
Just chilling.
Oh, are you playing with your new friend? Hello, Mr. Bear. Nice to meet you. How are you today? You've got to stop hiding from Mommy. I hope you had a good birthday, hon. Mommy would be very sad if you didn't. And now it's time for bed. If you go to sleep now, you can wake up early tomorrow and play with your friend all day. Every little boy and girl are sleeping now, all over the world. And they're waiting just for you. We shouldn't keep them.
It's still light outside, though.
Good night, hon.
Like,
Sweet dreams.
it's probably like 5 o'clock. I guess. Hey Teddy, what you doing? Hey Teddy. Guess we're going after him. Oh shit. What? That was rude. This isn't letting me peek. Controls. Maybe I have to be standing to do it? Oh. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. I'm on the ground crawling, I can't really lean, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Grab the thing. There we go. Teddy, you in there?
Thank you. Something's not right. We need to find your mother.
Yeah, I'd say Teddy. Let's get out of here. Okay. So... Hello? Oh. Okay. Give me another one of those games where they just let me like open everything, but there's not actually anything in anything. Curse this anti-baby. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It just opens right up.
Shh. We have to be very quiet. We can't let it find us.
What you talk about there, Teddy? Oh shit, what the fuck was that? Ain't we a little too young to be dealing with shadow people? Well, something in here definitely seems kind of screwy. So make our way to the cabinet. So we don't even know what the hell we're up against. What the hell's going on? Is there something in here? Is it? We are a very strong baby, I must say. I could not have dragged a chair at 2 years old. Okay. Should I be holding the bear to calm down? Should I be not, because its light's going to attract whatever the hell is out there towards us? What's even out there? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about all this. Hello? Is this entire game just gonna be like 2 hours of tension or something? Wait, do we... No. Hmm. Can we reach that? No, we can't. Okay. Just gotta find something that can reach that. Maybe if I climb up on these drawers. Pull this one out more. Yeah, like that. Perfect. Okay, cool. Baby's making progress. Oh, cool. Is this Mom?
She's not here.
Taking cover. What the hell's going on? Oh? Hello? Oh dear, is there gonna be some like metaphors happening here? Hello! Getting some Wi-Fi there. Don't know about all this. Don't know about all this at all. No, don't push the door. Cool. I used to live in Guanajuato for a short time, but it's really nice there. I honestly don't know, like, we have a teddy bear with us, and I guess he was our birthday gift or something? But, like, we went to sleep, and then we woke up, and the teddy bear was missing, and we found him in the washing machine, and he was drowning in it, and he's like, "We've got to find your mother, something's very wrong." And oh shit! Well, turns out, yes, something is very wrong. What the fuck was that? Okay. Okay, I guess this dude's just gonna be over there, just doing his thing, I guess. kind of Saturday Night Fevering over by the grandfather clock. Okay, well, at least the whatever the hell the monster is kind of revealed. Oh, what the shit? Okay, we're inside the chair now. I guess under the couch? Oh, yeah? What's going on in here? There's some kind of spook goo that is formed here. And I guess we're just swimming through it.
Hey! Hello?
Look at Mommy's necklace. Can you see our reflection? It's you and me. It used to belong to your grandma.
I guess she can't hear us. And she seems so distant. Maybe it's more like a memory of her?
I'm a baby, Teddy. I have no idea what concepts like that mean. Is this like Detective Kosianos as a baby? Like I can just peer into my mind to access my inventory? Here we go. Oh no.
Are you all right?
Teddy, we've ended up in hell, it seems. I don't know how this happened.
What is this place? Playhouse? What's that doing here?
That's a good question.
Is it locked? I might be able to open it from the inside if you help me up.
Do it, Teddy.
Whoa, look at this place. Listen. There it is again. It sounds like it's coming from behind this door. There must be a way to open it. It seems like these are connected somehow.
Just, what is that, like a dagger? Out of the box? Careful of that, Teddy. You know what that's for.
Maybe it requires some sort of key. Is there anything we can use?
We just, like, fuel it with blocks? I mean, they are made of wood. Is this like some sort of never-ending story 2 stuff, or like we just have to get rid of our like burn our memories to progress?
Look! Buttons. What happened? Why didn't it open?
We gotta time.
Maybe we have to press both at the same time. That's it. It seems like the memory you shared unlocked the door. Maybe if we can find more memories like this, it might bring us to her. It looks like we need 3 more.
I gotta say, I don't remember being too terribly well, but it was nothing like this. I feel cheated.
Where are we?
I don't know, there's a xylophone here. Hell yeah. I'm a baby noise musician. See, this is experimental. Welcome to the Steampunk Garden Party. Oh, shit. I suppose? Okay. What's up here? Climb? No, okay.
Whoa, over there. It looks like another memory across that bridge.
How many memories can this kid have? Oh shit.
Is there a way up this tower?
This definitely looks like some kind of catapult. I don't know how I feel about the idea of catapulting my baby self, but... we can collect more of these little owl figurines or something? Oh shit. Oh shit, what?
Shh. We should be careful.
Okay. Don't know what just happened, but... it's dark now. So I have no idea what's going on. But perhaps that's all part of it, right? I mean, if I were a baby in this situation, I'd be completely confused too. I wonder what those doodles are being collected for. Oh dear. What? Okay, so there's some footprints going on there? Oh shit. Let me go up the slide wrong. Okay, I'll play a game. What do they mean? Well, thank you, helpful glowing flower. Probably don't walk off into the abyss. Even if baby doesn't suffer fall damage, abysses are usually pretty difficult to survive falling into. Ah, it's a friendly frog and top hat, it seems like. Delightful. Oh? It's Bilbo Baggins down here.
Ah, we're trapped! We're trapped! This place creeps me out. I hope your mother's okay.
So one of these little owl statuettes. And now there's a big one, I guess. Nope, still locked in. Okay. So I guess my Silent Hill senses tell me that the only choice we have is to just jump down the very deep hole. Oh wait. No. Don't do that. Just continue onward to find the spooky... Can I interact with... No, okay, cool. Cool, okay. Good thing I didn't follow that impulse. Bless you. So we got 5 of these things. I think there was 6 indentations on the catapult thing? Or is it 7? Let's go double check. I'm assuming that's what it's kind of trying to get us to do, right? It's just to, like, collect enough tiny owl statues to... So, okay, so yeah, it's 6. So just one more, yeah. What a fascinating objective. Yeah, let's just stick to crawling, I think. It's quick. It's close to the ground. It doesn't, like, cause us to smack our face into the floor repeatedly. Because walking is hard, and running doubly so. Oh, hello. Time to get a bit inventive, I guess. How do I get up there, though? There we go. Success.
Oh, this little baby owl is tired. Maybe she wants to go to sleep.
I hope Teddy doesn't, like, betray us or something in the end. That'd be a real messed up. Okay, I got them all. 6 of them. There we go. This baby weighs 6 owls. Probably shouldn't be climbing rickety wooden towers in the first place, but you know, you do what you gotta do. What is... Somebody's inside of this tower, and something else is over by the slide. More of this weird dream goo.
Do you want to hear the melody again? All right, one more time. Then it's time for bed.
Hell yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, finally.
Closer to what, Teddy? What exactly are we doing here? Why are we climbing down all these brass tubes? Oh, okay.
We made it back.
So I guess that just takes us back to the Hell Dimension, then?
We have to find a way to safety. Find a way out of this mess.
What is this mess? Like, we went to sleep and we woke up and someone's trying to drown you and Mom disappeared and...
She must be so worried about you. But don't be afraid. You and me will work this all out together.
Oh yeah, actually we got to choose the design of our pajamas before the game started, and so I went with the rainbow pajamas because of course. Naturally, I'm going to play a gay baby who's imprisoned in the nightmare dimension of gay baby jail.
Yes, she sounds clearer now, don't you think? Come on, we have no time to lose.
Oh, that's right. You know, I was thinking about that. I don't know, like, let's see, what I'd say it's a solid. Like, I was joking about it before, but I would say I'd say a good 6-to-1 odds that we're the Antichrist.
What is this place? I think we should keep quiet.
Since, like, all the awful stuff seems to be happening directly to us rather than around us. I don't know. My money is on that this is all a metaphor for our absentee father that, like, has been alluded to somewhat a couple times now. Yes, okay, yeah. Are we the train spotting baby? That is to say, are we a heroin-induced hallucination about to go, like, terrify some poor, like, Scotsman? 3-to-1.
Those floaty things, they look like memories. Maybe the next one is behind those roots.
6-to-1 odds. That we are the one foretold to bring about the end of days. I need this. Oh, wait, where? There it is.
Where does this go? Over here?
Cool, cool. It's like... Oh, okay. Ah, yes, baby's memory of the first time wandering through a swamp. Baby's first Shrek encounter. Okay. These just drawers full of roots, you know. Roots are stored in the tree drawer. I like how they just so frequently put like soft things for the baby to land on, like kind of to reassure you, even though this baby clearly has like ankles of steel. Right? That would be a great alternate ending. It's like, okay, we don't find Mom, but instead we're adopted by swamp goblins, and they let us have all the cake we want for the rest of forever. Okay. It's definitely a bit odd. Oh shit. Okay, so I guess don't fall in the water. That's quite a bit of a way to put me back, gosh. Looks like we reached this point. Okay, the fires are been put out. Is there something I can drag over there to bridge that very tiny gap? What's all this about? Oh, okay. The box that's like right there. Come on, baby. Use your strong little baby arms. Do it. Yes. Did not know that was the sound a crate made falling into water, but what do I know? I'm a baby. Look at this Tim Burton looking thing. Got a little drawing here. Looks like two people next to like a Like a ladder or a fence or something? I don't even know what the heck those things are. Okay, so we can't really check what they are. Ooh, puzzle piece. Hell yeah.
So this piece needs to go in a corner.
Alrighty. Some kind of bridge. It looks like there's something underneath it. And that's definitely a bridge over there. So food for thought. Trolls and all that. Maybe that'll be our goblin parent. Here we go! Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, but now we gotta cross the bridge. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna hug the bear and run. Okay, we can't run and hug the bear, so we're just gonna run. The hell is that noise?
This place feels... Let's not dwell here for too long. Yeah? Let's investigate, I guess. Hello? Anybody? Everything here is very moist and very loud. Oh. What the shit? It's just boots. It's just boots, y'all. There's no people in the boots. Oh shit. Okay, I'm not anything.
That sounds suspicious. Maybe if we just drag the chair over to the door, we can open it? Or immense baby strength. Yeah. Let's do it. Or you can just grab this closer thing and climb on top of that. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Okay, well. We've got some sort of well demon to contend with. That's exciting. I'm definitely loving the very subtle shimmer that this well seems to have. Puzzle piece, sick, cool, rad. Oh, there's something else in there. I'm like trying to like watch my six as if like if anything comes at me I can do anything to stop it. So you better watch out, well, Demon. I got eyes in the back of my head. I'm the boss, baby. Get the fuck out of here. Oh shit. What the fuck? That's definitely someone hiding under a table, as I am right as we speak. Exciting. Okay, well. Prophetic doodles aside. And there's a lot of scary shit, but the most dangerous thing we've encountered was a puddle of water. So I don't know how to feel about all this. Like... yeah. I don't know, these segments feel like stealth segments where somebody forgot to put like the monster in. And like I'm very hesitant to say that because I just know that if I could be trying to lull me into a false sense of what the hell is. Hello? What's all this? Is hot sauce? Okay, so I got another key. But to what? It's always a something. Oh shit. That's just how I do. Every time I see something horrifying, I just go to ground immediately. I'd say it's a fairly good instinct. I'd like to think so. Okay, so I got this key to a door that I don't know where it is. It's not in here, I'm assuming. I guess. Someone's banging. Maybe I go up there? Whoever that is, I am a baby and I am not qualified to answer doors. You'll have to speak with a specialist. Okay, or I could just not climb up there. Okay. It'd be a bit more haunting if there was actually a door inside somewhere. Oh well. I guess let's continue our investigation. Ow. Holy shit, okay, it's there. Well, we finally encountered the monster. She's just kind of trucking, I guess. Don't know where she's going. Don't know where we're going either, frankly. Just a swirly barrel baby, wandering through a haunted swamp. Yeah? Okay, so this is where we started. This part of it. So... Okay, cool. Must be that gay. Now, is she anywhere nearby? Hello? Okay, no, I don't see her, so let's make a break for it. Oh crap's no tree door. Holy shit! Where the fuck did she come from? Okay, so where did that set us back? Do we still okay, cool. We still have the key in our mind. Let's go in here real quick. Scope out the sitch a little. Is this like scary memories of Grandma's house or something? Let's get the hell out, whatever may be the case. Don't like that bubbling. Don't like that bubbling one bit. Let's get out, let's bail. Holy shit, she's still there. Well, wasn't that exciting? So just like I said, can't get lulled into that false sense of security, because spooky shit is indeed afoot. Oh dear. What does this all mean? Where do we hide? Can we... Yes, okay, cool. Lady, what is your damage? Just some baby, I'm crawling, I'm just chilling. she's over there. Hear her plopping. We've just been doing exceptionally well up to this point. Is that why this suddenly seems so terrifying? Oh shit. Oh shit. Move, baby, move! Okay, cool. There's a memory bubble over there. We can go and... So, like, the psychic ghost of our mother and put this zone behind ourselves. It's some kind of... I don't know, swamp witch? Like, I don't know, like the environment of the old house or what it seems to be. Maybe, like, my theory is that maybe it's like a memories of like a grandparent or something? Like going to grandma's house and not realizing that grandma is grandma and being like, you know, interpreting grandma as being just spooky. Get the hell out! Let's get the hell out!
Oh, come on! I'm thirsty, said the rabbit. The rabbit cried and cried. She cried so much that her tears filled the bottom of the well.
The story is depressing. I want the train. Head back to the Tim Burton Hell dimension.
Oh, we're back. What was that? That thing? She seemed so sad and desperate.
Maybe that's like our mom from like a different period of our life, or now, or I don't know.
It's going to be so nice when we're through with all this, and we can play together all the time.
I still don't know about you, Teddy. Just burn it in the Dream Forge, or wherever the hell this thing is.
Another one down. Listen. We are getting very close to her. I can feel it. Oh, she must be so worried about you.
What sort of fun adventures await us? Okay, so we've got like chairs on the wall, so we're inching slightly closer to train spotting ceiling baby. Okay. Oh, cool, another abyss. I guess we can see the bottom of that one, but I don't know if we could survive that fall, despite our track record. Or maybe we can. Always back train spotting, baby. Well, what's the worst that happens, right? Away we go! Okay, that wasn't the solution. So at least we found, like, the limit to which our baby selves' knees can hold out. So then where do we go? What? Curious. So yeah, apparently, okay, so we definitely have to, oh, I see, okay, cool. Yes, oh, no, climb, can you climb on top of this? Can we get on? No, but there is there's this. But come on, don't tell me I can't grab this. That seems so much like a solution. Oh, we knocked the box open. Well, either way. Oh, come on, I just knew that grabbing this would be the solution. Crap. Okay, or wait, maybe there's something else we can grab and pull over there? No, that's just gonna... Maybe this'll work. Come on, climb on top of the box, baby. Nope. This large polygon. Ooh, basketball. Can I if I just push a bunch of junk down there, can I just fill a hole with that? frog friend, you go. Okay, so we definitely have to get up there. I literally can't believe that it's not just pulling on this thing. It's killing me. So then how else do we get up there? Is this a door? Oh! There's a door. Haha! Great. Cool, okay, now we can figure out what this is about. Okay, yeah, I mean, that is definitely a thing that can happen. What's it doing? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Check this. Oh shit. Something's pissed. Oh. What is it? What kind of demon are we dealing with now? Oh? So, what's with the spooky painting? What's in here? Kind of, it's the smoke monster from Lost. Oh. So inside of the painting is just the memories of a broken bottle? Okay. Fascinating. A lot of coats. Let's see what's this about. There's Teddy. Is that me? You pushing things? I don't know. That's unfortunately how it tends to go. can't think of many shows outside of cartoons that, like, I don't know, managed to pull off an entire, like, several season long run. Well, there's spooky goo all over the floor, so there's that. Oh, cool. Is Baby gonna get a gun? Oh, okay, no. Oh dear, we just lost the tennis ball. Hope that wasn't important. Let's see. Okay. A door open. Oh, okay, cool. You give me a bullseye, I shoot the bullseye, it doesn't solve the puzzle. What am I? Oh, wait. What's that up there? See how powerful these baby arms are. Not that powerful. Oh, wait, maybe if I climb up there? Oh, holy crap, I wasn't even standing. I was only at a fraction of my power. Oh shit, okay. Oh. I guess that's the next whatever the hell it is. What makes you say that? God, I would love to play just like I don't know. A game that just starts out as like, well, I could...
What's that sound?
I don't know, Ted. Yeah, a Puppy and Scooby-Doo like scary game would be great, isn't it? It's like a grimdark version where, like, instead of just like, you know, where they find out they were on the wrong trail because Red Herring turns up dead. Ah, true.
Is it stuck again?
What kind of weird thing is this that we're dealing with? Like, there it goes. Okay. Now then. Honestly, come to think of it, like this kind of has like Muppet Baby vibes almost. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it has that same sort of just like eerie, uncanny vibe that that show had. Where it's like, I get this is all supposed to be fun and make-believe, but there's something really creepy about all of it. Across this turgid thrusting dresser drawer. It's the kids in the apartments across the alley. Oh shit. Oh hey, cool. Time to do some more experimental music shit. Oh, come on now. Bass drop. Come here. Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't make noise anymore. What the hell? That's how you know things have gone all spooky. What's this all about? It's just a person throwing up, looks like. Fascinating. Oh, holy shit. Oh, we're back in the house. Okay. When the hell did that happen? Me too, kid. Me too. Yeah, I'm just throwing shit. Failing, don't know what it is, but I'm leaving. I feel that, yeah, Muppet Babies is like the quintessential I've stayed home sick from school show. And yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Gonzo's perhaps what we might call a perfect life form. Oh shit, everything's now, well, I guess less topsy-turvy now? What does it all mean? Oh, there's the torn half of the photograph with Dad in it. I'll check what those again. First, I want to check what was in those other tiny doors before I continue onward. What's in here? Yeah, see, drawings, which we're collecting for some reason. I have no idea what the hell this is. Cool. So at least with that last one, like, we knew what the hell we were up against. Like, this is just like something breaks and bad shit just starts going down. Vague, spooky bad shit. Okay, so there's kind of a reference back to the owl area. Guess we'll go this way. So it's through here. It's just an empty room. Okay, so I mean, I guess we can break the bottles and then hide in there, right? Okay, here's my really cool tactical plan, right? We're gonna just bowl this shit. Okay, if we could, like, actually get it to roll. Roll and bowl, roll and bowl. Holy shit! That had to have been the solution, right? Else would there be that weird tiny little room just there for no reason? I guess we could go under here, right? Oh, that's right. If we die, like, things just stay the same. It's not some kind of trench coat demon? Okay. As long as we just don't break any more bottles, right? Everything should just be pure disco. Probably want to open this, because we'll probably have to hide it in a second. Because we're going to have to break more bottles. Definitely some spooky shit for sure. And then just blast this last one over there. Blast this last one over there. More of this shit. Just load up on ammunition to do this with. Climb inside. I guess I don't have to do this, but... go ahead and guess that the bottles on the floor are equally as breakable and dangerous, and have the same potential to summon the demon. So I'm going to, can I pick these up? I'm gonna put them somewhere else. Is that progress or is that a side path? The eternal question. Well, here's a drawing, so that's good. It's of somebody slumped over and someone else looking kind of nonplussed about it. Maybe Dad was an alcoholic and like had anger management issues. Okay. What's going on? Holy shit! I mean, okay. Does that mean we can drag this through the hole? Guess not. What? I didn't do shit. Crack Dad's kneecaps with a tennis racket. Alrighty. Wow, there's a lot. Can I just chill under here if it happens? Let's find out. Seems like it. Okay. I think we're clear of bottles here. There's the torn photograph again. Laying a little on thick, but get it. So this here's another bottomless pit. Yep. What if I just took this off of here? It kind of disarms the trap, doesn't it? Just very gently put it back down. There we go. And then this too, yeah, just... What an incredible strategy. Oh, first you looked at what that was. Just such a voracious collectible collector. Oh hey, we're back here. Cool. Oh, hooray!
Elephants are my favorite animal. They have big ears and a long trunk.
Hell yeah.
We've got the final memory. Let's hurry.
I will say pink elephant. I wonder if that's an intentional, like, illusion to what's going on here. What? What's happening? Oh god. Daddy, no! Well, trenchcoat demon monster just vanishes to the Shadow Realm. Should probably retrieve that. No. Oh, granted. You don't have Teddy to illuminate the way. Well, shit.
Not now. do what Mommy says. I'm going to be very angry. None of us want that.
Oh shit, total reversal. Well, we lost Teddy. And we're gonna have to consign Pink Elephant to the memory forge. That's morbid. Hey Teddy, where you at? Oh dear. So, it turns out that, well, we almost got through to the end, but then the trenchcoat monster caught up to us and grabbed onto Teddy and tore him away from us and sent us hurtling down a bottomless pit. And it turns out it's our mom that's the alcoholic. So we escaped from the memory realm. We put the last memory into the machine. Teddy's still MIA, and we're back in just the normal house. But we don't know what's going on. Ma, pull it together.
Stay away from me! I'm sorry. I never meant to. It's too much.
Okay. Hey Ma, there's a ominous light coming out of the door. Gonna try and figure out what that's about. We could both go. Yeah, maybe don't do any of this shit. That's some real good glassware, Ma, but I'm gonna go into the big ominous light, Ma. You wanna come with me? You catch up, okay?
Hi there, little one. Come here. Did you like your gift? What happened to his arm? Don't worry. We'll fix him up.
Achievement unlocked. Completed among the sleep. Trade? What other achievements are there? Okay, forgetting all the different drawings and stuff. And then if, okay, so if we got in a strike with those bowling pins at the beginning, there was an achievement for that too. Shit. I don't know, I'm still, like, okay, I get it. But, like, why are we in a swamp? And why were we, like, in a weird topsy-turvy house? And, like, what exactly did all of that mean? I mean, definitely like the designs and stuff were interesting. The environments were cool. I like that part. I don't know. I definitely dig the idea of, like, you know, trying to sort of depict like the horror of a, like, I don't know, a parent with an issue like that from the perspective of the child. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, that's a very heavy subject to be approaching, and I feel like, I don't know, the way it kind of tried to approach it felt a little confused, I guess. Like, I don't see how any of the imagery really contributed to that, like, final... Yeah, I can definitely say fascinating but depressingly real. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know. I guess I wish more of it. I feel I feel a little whiplashed, I guess. Like I was waiting for all of that symbolism to kind of come together, but it never really did. I guess for me at least. And there's supposed to be DLC. But I don't know if, did we experience the DLC already? Like, how do you put how do you tack DLC onto a game about, like, you as a baby trying to escape from an alcoholic parent? Like, God, it's a lot of... I can't wait for Shenmue 3 to finally come out so I can see my name in one of these. Right? But I mean, that's the thing is, like, I don't know, they were... And that's kind of what I thought too, because it's like I had a feeling that, because like in the beginning there was the scene where, like, you know, the mom leaves the room to go answer the door, and you can kind of quietly hear a man's voice, and then like that weird like distortion thing happened, and then suddenly she came back with a present. So I had a feeling that, you know, the bear was a gift from the dad. And I guess we went to sleep, you know, and then in the night, you know, mom grabbed the teddy bear away from us and threw him in the washing machine, and we rescued him. And then from there, it's all kind of like, yeah, that's all I can really think of. Is it's supposed to be like a series of dreams? Because it was memories, right? It was trying to collect together happy memories. But like, even that, like, what is it trying to say? Like, we had to navigate through these nightmare worlds in order to access these happy memories. So is it like what is, like, to what end? I guess. Because like, even with the idea of like dreams, it's like, I don't know, why like a swamp with like a bunch of bookcases in it. And I guess maybe, I don't know, like if it's supposed to be dreams, you know, why anything, right? But it's not just dreams. It's a story using dreams as a device. And it's just like, how does this contribute to the narrative? Because I don't know, I feel it's a little... I don't know. Like I feel like it was almost like a gotcha ending, you know what I mean? Like they built up the mom as being this, you know, this caring, nurturing character, and it's like, oh, but she's not, and it's like, okay. But, and then that kind of how like they gave you the option of like papping the mom's head at the end, like, what? Like, why? Like, what a bizarre thing to allow you to do. Gosh, this is a lot of people. Okay, well, yeah, like the cynical part of me is like almost like it's pinging that feeling like the writers were expecting me to be like, oh, you know, you thought it was the dad that was the problem, or was the alcoholic, or, but it's like you literally lined up the signs indicating towards that. I mean, it definitely. I mean, yeah, it definitely does feel like more of a sort of a narrative device than, like, say, I don't know, a sort of. But then again, I don't know. I but I do agree with that. It definitely does feel like a sort of purely, I guess, concocted way of telling that story. And I don't know. I feel a little. I feel a little cheated by it. I feel like they wanted me to be like, they wanted to like be like, oh, you assumed it was going to be that the dad was bad, but it was actually the mom, and it's like, well, I wouldn't have assumed that if you literally didn't like repeatedly, like, I don't know, make that seem to be the case, I guess. And also, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe if like the children's drawings maybe could have told that story, but like I was trying to figure out what they were of, and I don't know. I guess like the one thing that I guess could have or should have tipped us off was the swamp witch or whatever. But I don't know. We are still going through all the backers. Incredible. We're in the R's. But I don't know. I think that all being said, I mean, I did like, as I said, I did like the environmental design. I liked some of the puzzle stuff. I do feel like the sort of the stealth segments felt a little, I don't know. I guess like I play a lot of like stealth games are one of my favorite genres, like outside of horror, and a lot of horror games you could argue are in a way stealth games, like any type of like hide from the monster type game, which I guess that's what this kind of was. And I don't know, I never felt like the tension of the monster's presence, like even during like the segments with like the swamp witch or whatever we want to call her. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I would definitely agree with that. Like, it's the concept is solid. It's the approach is definitely good, and I think that I don't think like I don't think this was like a rush project or anything like that. I think that they really kind of approached a very difficult piece of subject matter in a novel way. And I mean that's what we're all about here, right? Is like, exploring the different ways that, the different types of, stories that the man formerly known as Addison Watson, aka Papa A-Train, okay. How the sorts of stories that horror can tell. And I think it was a noble effort. And as I said, like last time when we played that also kind of very odd game, what was it called, like Nighty Night or something like that, and I feel like this kind of opened the door to a lot of other explorations of this theme. Like I've here and there I've encountered some indie games that sort of have the same conceit, like you're a child or you're a toddler, and scary things are happening, and I don't know, I think that I feel like it's likely that this was kind of the example of that, because I'm not aware of anything prior to this that really explores that. And all other backers, there was other backers besides those. I guess probably the ones that didn't reach like the get your name in the game tier. Okay, so let's go to chapter selection. Into the Closet, Forest House, Playground, Home Birthday, New Story. So what's the museum? Which part is the DLC? I want to look that up real quick. Anyway, let's see, because Burlow, Closet, Forest, Cave, House. Yeah, I couldn't quite, I'm not sure what it said, but I noticed that too. Okay, so I guess let's find out what the museum is, I guess? There's also a director's commentary that you can turn on, which might be interesting to go through sometime. Because I would be curious, like, because I don't think there's anything. I don't think that, like, these people's hearts were in the wrong place or anything like that. And I think it was, again, like a fascinating sort of way of approaching things. Okay, so what is this place? Hello, Ghost Memory Teddy.
Hey, and welcome to Teddy's the Museum of Among the Sleep.
Cool.
Go on, take a look around.
Cool. Let's see. The Art of Among the Sleep. See, okay, so in the winter of 2009, Ole Andreas and Havard Steen Sjarvik, a former team member, gathered a group of eager students at Hedmark University College to get together for their final bachelor degree assignment. Deciding what to do for the project didn't take long, as the group was quickly convinced by our designer Anders' idea. The pitch back then was as follows. You're a 2-year-old waking up in the middle of the night, and you can see a dark shadow standing in the doorway. It approaches and violently tips your cot over, leaving you exposed and alone on the floor, scrambling to escape and find the safety of your mother. This way, the starting point for your journey towards the game that you can play today. For the school project, our goal was to make a demo we could build upon after graduating. To keep it simple, we settled on rudimentary mechanics and goals when making the first part of the game. As inexperienced students, we started making our own engine from scratch and worked on that for 6 months before realizing we could never finish a representable demo before the deadline. We made the switch to Unity and recreated everything we had made in a fraction of the time. Unity was used for the entire production after that point. The art on this page were Carolyn's first inexperienced attempts at capturing the mood and concept of the game back in 2010, the intruding entity and the child alone in the dark. A while into the project, we started discussing the possibility of turning the demo into a full game and starting our own company alongside it. Most of the group joined in this endeavor. A few declined, but we recruited other friends from class to fill their place. Later on, we were also joined by Martin, our sound guy. After graduating and forming a company, we took a fresh look at our concept. What kind of game do we want to create? The initial thought was horror, but we dabbled for some time with the idea of Teddy as a more powerful companion, with ways to overcome or neutralize enemies with a range of abilities. At this point, the game looked more like an adventure game than horror. There were many ideas for the Among the Sleep universe, most of them dreamlike and bizarre, but the first journey we started creating went through a large and open world. It began by exiting the home through the basement, coming out to a forest path, ending up in a bright and sunny meadow. After the comfort of the warm meadow followed a dark and hostile forest, where the child and Teddy would have to use glowing mushrooms as both shelter and flashlights against the light-sensitive monkey-like creatures, dubbed monk creatures, hunting them. Underneath the forest was an underground cave system made and inhabited by giant tunneling worms who ate their way through everything, and immense crystal halls guarded by ruthless rock giants. In later iterations, we had plans for a world in which the child would enter a life-size dollhouse, and one of the threats was an aggressive, hungry furnace. Another world had the child traversing through a vast steam-powered machinery where parts of the machinery itself came alive and was out to get you. These first worlds resembled more that of an epic journey, and each one was designed to tell a small side story in addition to elaborating the main story. As we progressed with development, we wanted the worlds to be more connected to the child, so we had to make some tough choices and cut a lot of parts we'd really liked. Characters and creatures. The child and Teddy. We didn't focus on building character for the child, as we wanted the players to immerse themselves as the toddler and let the actions you do in the game speak for themselves. This went hand in hand with our decision to have a silent protagonist. The blueprints of the child depict a boy, but it could just as easily be a girl. We avoided referring to the child as a he or a she within the game. The gender never mattered. Throughout development, we discussed the possibility of implementing an option for players to choose between multiple colors for the baby's pajamas, or even randomize it. Unfortunately, we never found the time. Except, I guess they eventually did add that. One of the most important aspects when designing the child was to fully immerse the player in the role. Every mechanic, animation, interaction was developed to strengthen this vision. We made the child trip when running for too long as a direct measure to emphasize this. Teddy was always meant to be the companion. On the concept stage, he was a character following you around, and later on, when we were moving more in the direction of an adventure game, he had abilities that you could use. The abilities were based on objects you would find in the world as you progressed. For instance, there was a dragon mask that gave Teddy the ability to breathe fire, a bangle granting him super strength, a chalice of gluttony that conjured water puddles on the ground, deep enough to swallow monsters, a bubble that served both as a shield and a way to survive underwater. Returning to the idea of Teddy as a following companion, we realized that making him behave as well as we wanted to would be a monumental task, at least the way it was originally designed. It was beyond our time and experience, and a big risk in terms of immersion. The last thing we wanted in our horror game was an NPC character that would take you out of the moment. The same goes for his dialogue. We experimented with him talking continuously, even when there were monsters and an unsettling atmosphere, but it never felt appropriate. We wanted the player to feel vulnerable and alone. Putting Teddy on the child's back kept him out of the way, but still within reach, ready for a hug to give comfort and warmth. And the ability he retained from the adventure days was illuminations. We felt that supported the horror aspect. It also gives the player a connection to Teddy as a helpful, caring character. And the top right is the first version of Teddy, made during the school project. We redesigned him both because the mesh and textures needed redoing and because we didn't feel his appearance reflected his personality well enough. We wanted him to look old and worn, like he had experienced a lot before he was handed down. Always patched up if damaged, implying he had been loved and well cared for. As a result, he developed a highly empathetic and protective personality. And here's his entire, skin. Mother. We wanted the mother to appear as a loving, caring, hard-working mother, but also a human being with her own sets of flaws. Finding her was always the main goal of the game, so it was important that she came off as very warm and loving from the beginning, in order to encourage the player to search for her. We wanted her to smile and laugh a lot, and to be playful when talking to her child. To illustrate that she might feel a bit stressed and tired, we ended up making her hair a little bit ruffled. She has bags under her eyes and her sweater is stained. The mother's model went through 3 major iterations. It was the hardest character to get right. She had to feel motherly in both looks and acting, and a lot of time was spent on modeling, texturing, and animating to achieve this goal. We don't want to make her too cartoony or end up in the dreaded uncanny valley, so still in something akin to exaggerated realism. The child. The kid's model and animations went through 3 major iterations, each bringing it to par when we raised the bar for ourselves during production. Since you never see the kid's face, we didn't make the texture for it. The head is hidden in-game. We just need the shape of the head to cast a shadow. Harold. Harold was the first monster made for the game. The name is merely a way for us to refer to it when working on it. It has no deeper meaning. Originally described as a shadowy figure, with weird characteristics like wearing a hat and bulky boots while carrying an umbrella, we wanted it to feel like a distorted shadow of a person, with twitchy and unpredictable movements. In order to give the animator some reference to work from, Spain videotaped Anders, the designer, acting out how he felt it should move. The video has since been lost, which is a shame, as it was quite entertaining. Harold was supposed to be shrouded in shadows, obscuring its real silhouette, and we did a lot of research and testing with particle effects to get it to look as if a cloud of shadows were always following it. We could never get it quite right. We have many unused animations for Harold, as it was originally meant to be chasing you throughout the whole house in the first level. Unlike the other monsters, it had animations for bending down and prodding the player with the umbrella if they tried to hide under something for too long. However, as we progressed in the development of the game, we felt that such an aggressive monster was too intense for the first level, and he is mostly seen lurking in corners and shadows throughout the final version. Right? No, same. Haida. Haida originates from very early in the development. When the story of the game is different, each level told the story of a child, not the player character. Haida was the mother of a poor little girl. Sadly, she drowned and came back to haunt the little girl as the creature she is now. Her threatening and dangerous behavior towards the player could be seen as a metaphor for how the young girl experienced this horribly sad event. The girl was later blamed by her father for causing the accident, leading her to have terrible nightmares about this creature walking around in the forest looking for her. Since she drowned, her body is bloated and water damaged, her dress torn, and branches have grown into her swollen, deformed legs. As can be seen on some of the sketches, her design started out as more simplistic and blobby, but after seeing her first model in-game, we felt it did not fit the environment or look good up close. We gave her more realistic shapes and details, adding to her grotesqueries as well. When we decided to shift the focus of the story, Haida was kept as she fit very easily into the new direction. Her drowning is now more in a metaphorical sense, and she still represents a mother, just not the mother of the child we'd originally planned. To save us a lot of time not having to design, model, and animate a whole new creature. One phase of the design process, we wanted her arms to have grown attached to her body. When noticing the player and becoming aggressive, she would lift her arms and tear the skin, making a rather disgusting sound, so as giving the player an unmistakable visual and audible cue to hide as quickly as possible. So why didn't you keep that? That would have been interesting as opposed to just having the screen bug out and her scream at you. But keep. When discussing the game and what could be frightening to a child, the thought of a monster in the closet, and in turn that monster being a dark, scary coat, came quickly to us. To a child's imagination, a coat can be a human form, menacing and towering, with the promise of coming alive any second. We'd all had experiences similar to this in our own childhood, so we were all excited to make a monster based on those memories. He got its name from the initial idea for the design, where it was a whole bunch of objects and rubble held together by a coat. At that point in development, we wanted Heap to leave a trail of rubble behind when moving through the hallways and closets, but this was another thing we ended up not having, the resources to pull off. There were many ideas for his design, but we settled on the more traditional-looking coat and feel the result is effective as it's more rooted in reality and less relatable. Right? The home. When creating the home, we found inspiration in our childhood homes with late 80s, early 90s decor. For instance, the design of the kitchen has shelves, walls, and forms identical to Carolyn's childhood home. There were multiple iterations on the layout from the beginning. All to finally tune the flow of gameplay, the search for Mother was the main focus, and everything was laid out according to that goal. One of the first layouts, which can be seen in the first teaser for the game, had the main staircase resemble the one from Anders' childhood home. We spent some time trying out different ways of descending the stairs, as that is supposed to be a challenge for a normal 2-year-old, and we wanted the player to feel that. In one iteration, the child would grab onto the stairs balusters and go down the stairs sideways, making a slow descent where a monster could be seen through the spindles, creeping its way towards you as you struggle to maneuver yourself down the stairs. This ended up being cut due to being a very static sequence, going against our goals for the game. Instead, we kind of just went down the stairs like it was nothing. Building this home taught us how important iteration can be when creating a video game. An initial idea is needed to start creating a level, but it almost never turns out the way you intend for it on paper. With every iteration, the level became better and better, and we're very happy with the final result. This is why some of the team members think that this part is the best in the whole game, despite being the first. The playground. Originally the bridge between the real world and the dream world, this level has also seen its share of iteration and changes. We were inspired early on by abandoned, deteriorating playgrounds, and placed the whole thing in an underground cave to make it feel even more surreal and unfamiliar. The overall layout has stayed unusually consistent throughout production. A narrow tunnel that opens up into a big cave. The more fine-grained design has been through the usual iterative design process, often as a response to changes elsewhere in the game, related to story or pacing. The level has evolved as a result of what it needed to tell the player at that point in the game. Yeah, I feel the same way. Not to be too overly critical, but I feel like they made the wrong game. They had all these ideas for a completely different game, and it's okay, you need to cut completely. If you're going to make that much of a shift, you really need to kind of start from scratch, or at least earlier in the process, because everything felt so confused. It's well, what does any of this have to do with anything? And I feel I don't know, just reading this, I feel I get the sense they're oh, well, it's all surreal and it's weird. And it's yeah, but you weren't telling a story that was just, whimsical and weird and strange. You were telling you ended up telling a very dark story that felt, I don't know, I guess cheapened a little bit by that sort of kind of just surrealness for surrealness' sake. Let's see, an early version of the level had the target items hidden away in tunnels around the center, but this yielded unnecessarily long paths to traverse, so we made the area smaller, as well as opening it up in order to have more of the level visible from the initial vantage point, seen on the previous page. Okay. This looks interesting, but I feel this isn't really what the environment looked like or felt like. I didn't even really like Grok that it was supposed to be in a cave, necessarily. It just seemed dark. At one point we had a giant tree in the corner of the level, hollowed out so the player could walk inside it. The inside wall was covered with drawers that had to be opened and climbed in order to get to the end of the level. Climbing all these drawers turned out to be more frustrating than fun, especially with the drawer mechanics we had at that point, so we had to cut it. We failed to find another good use for the tree, we decided to remove it entirely, even though it was the backbone of the level. It turned out to be a good decision, a lesson in not getting too attached to the ideas we personally love, and not being afraid to remove them if they don't work in the big picture. Kill your darlings, as they say. You forgot to put in the rest of a game, though. Like, these look really cool and fascinating. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, when they were talking about, like, oh, it was initially supposed to be an adventure game, I feel like it feels like that. It feels like an adventure game that somebody was like, no, we need to make this a horror game. Or, like, it feels literally like what they're describing it as. It feels like an adventure game that was scrapped and then repurposed into a horror game. The Overgrown House. This area shows a huge old manor, devoured by a swamp-like forest. The original idea had two parallel worlds, from one to the other at the player's command. Cover your eyes with your hands. When you look again, the house is now a forest, with rocks in the place of chairs, trees in the place of pillars, etc. This meant that we would have to make two versions of almost the entire level, something we didn't have time for, so it had to be scoped down quite a bit. What was your time constraint exactly? Like, what was your deadline? It also required the player to learn mechanics not found in the rest of the game, so it was a decision that made a lot of sense in the end. Most of us grew up near forests, and for some of us the shortest routes to school or our friends would go through one. As children, traversing these forests at night, or day during winter when there was very little daylight, could be terrifying. They were creepy and ominous. It felt like anything could be lurking in the dark and ready to pounce. We wanted to replicate the character of these old, dark Norwegian forests, and the feelings of them slowly reclaiming the structures of the manor. Details found inside the house would also tell a story of their own, originally about the poor girl whose mother drowned and became Haida. Like, I feel like that right there, and I feel like a lot of what they're describing is key to good horror, is don't just pull from your own experiences, because what scares you, unless you do some sort of groundwork to kind of make it a more relatable thing, won't necessarily scare others. And the thing is that I never felt scared of any of these environments. I never felt that they were creepy. They were weird. What scared me was the sort of vague sense of threat that was kind of lingering over every single one, but apparently the first area didn't have an enemy. The second one had an enemy, but like it was just basically like, you know, hide in a tree stump, hide under a desk. And so it's like all the tension and all the fear and all the horror was all being carried by the fact that there's a monster, you know, hunting us, that if it catches us, we're going to be pushed back, we're going to lose progress. And that's a good way to build tension, but it needs to be in service of a grander design. Let's see, the image in the top right shows an early design of the environment in different states. Forest versus manor interior is the first iteration on the main room, where the puzzle and paintings now reside. Another one is shown at the top left. Although there are many sketches and ideas leading up to the final design, none of them accurately reflect the way it ended up after organic iteration in Unity. As early concept of the library can be seen to the right. Yeah, these actually look like interesting environments. And like organic iteration in Unity, I've seen amazing designs put together in Unity. Like you given more time and more experience, I feel like they probably could have done something that more resembled what they were trying to do here. Into the closet. When discussing environments and scary elements we wanted to incorporate in the game, one of the first ideas was surfaced was the childhood fear of what might be hiding in the closet. Felt that it fit the premise very well, and that many might be able to relate to this fear from their own childhood. We took this concept and started toying with the idea of creating a whole level filled with confusing hallways covered in closet doors leading nowhere and everywhere. Oh, is that what this was all supposed to be? I'm feeling like my bitch meter just slowly ratcheting up over time. Because, like, I appreciate their vision. I appreciate what they accomplished. It wasn't a bad game. But reading their thoughts about it, I feel like a lot of what they're doing is justifying stuff that weren't good decisions. Maybe they were necessary decisions, but not good decisions. Like, say, we had to cut back on this, or we had to cut this out because of time constraints. But don't be like, in the end we think it worked really well. It's like, it didn't. I'm sorry. In this world, we wanted the player to feel uneasy and disoriented by its surreal and repetitive geometry. It is also made to look very messy and contains a big assortment of items scattered around, resembling a mashup of many different types of closets, with large open spaces and seemingly endless hallways to give it a sense of scale beyond the area that are reachable by the player. And that's another thing. It's like, yes, okay, a fear of like a monster in the closet. That is true. That is, I think, a relatable and common thing. But it's not the closet itself that's scary. It's the implications of the closet. It's dark. The door sometimes hangs open. You can't see what's inside. It's not someplace you go very often. It's kind of a place that things get tucked away in and somewhat forgotten. There's a sort of abyssal quality to it. But I felt like if that's what they were going for, then it was just a level that was just, there's closets everywhere. Isn't that spooky? It's like, no. Especially because you could just open all of them, and they went into just fairly normal little cubbies and alcoves. There's always the fear of something behind the walls and doors waiting to sneak up on you when you're not looking. All the doors in the floor give the level a creaky wooden feel, opening for many possibilities when using audio to build suspense and tension. We wanted the closet doors to make it feel like something could jump out of them at any moment, keeping the player on her toes the entire time. Except when nothing does jump out, that tension begins to dissipate until you realize that actually there's no threat. The only threat is the trenchcoat monster. The level originally had several areas with geometry that messed with the player's sense of depth, and a puzzle that involved using perspective and your point of view to solve it. The idea ended up being very hard to convey to players, so we had to remove it even though we liked it a lot. Dimly lit codes can easily be mistaken for creatures in the dark. We wanted to intensify this by having the main threat be a creature shaped like a 1. Then we could use other coats, clothes and inanimate objects to trick the player into feeling they might come alive any second, creating anticipation and minor scares when one of them would suddenly move. But then they made it so as that the creature only comes out when you break bottles. So it was predictable when the creature would come. And so, the playhouse. This is a place where the child can feel safe. It serves as a breather between the worlds and a change of pace. Perhaps even more importantly, it gives the player a reminder of the major goal of the game and a way to feel progression. Since it is a calm area, it gave us the opportunity... It wasn't a calm area. It looked like we were in the middle of hell. It gave us the opportunity to have Teddy speak and move around without distracting the player from the experience. It is the only place where Teddy will explicitly tell you about the story. We had some trouble finding the final place level in the game. It was originally designed with a very different story in mind. And various assets. The favorite book. At bedtime, the mother would sit down and read a passage from this book, telling a story about animals digging a well. For the child, this was the highlight of the day. Exactly, you can't... Something's not scary just because it's weird. That you have to dig into, the reasons why it's scary. Also, I was really... I was interested in the story that they... in the child's book. And I guess, I don't know, they seem to be this idea of, connecting alcohol to drinking water to drowning. But I also feel like that's shoehorned in from stuff that was from previous iterations of the game that kind of worked better together. But yeah, you can't just say, oh, isn't this weird, and expect it to be scary. There has to be something scary about it. Something can be uncanny, maybe even unsettling, but horror takes more. Horror takes more. Yeah, exactly. like Teddy always had this vibe, like, you know, is he really our friend? Is he really like an ally, or is he like, you know, some sort of nefarious agent in all of this? And that never really came to fruition. Like, if the only thing that really like came of it is that he was leading us back to Mother, who turned out to not be good. Let's see. The favorite toy, a pink fluffy elephant, soft and comforting. It's one of the toys that the mother enjoys using when they are playing. The child feels a strong connection to it. The music box, soothing melodies which the mother lets run each night to lull the child to sleep. Listening to the soft notes gives the child comfort and sweet dreams. The pendant, mom's most precious piece of jewelry. The child knows it as she's always wearing it, letting her little darling play with it while in her arms. The page shows a small selection of assets from the game. Our process had the 3D artist work from either concept art, a sketch blueprint, or from collected references, followed by texturing by one of the 2D artists. The sheer number of assets and the iterations everything needed to go through made it a constant struggle to make sure every object got the love it deserved. To give you a peek into the process, here are some snippets from our messy notebooks. These contain doodles, task lists, testing notes, ideas for sound, level and puzzle design, meeting notes, etc. And here's thank you so much for your support. And here's all their various signatures. So like this was definitely a product they were passionate about, and you know it shows. It definitely shows. But what also, okay, now we're just really booking it. Wow. But what also kind of shows is that like it was born of a student project, and what kind of irks me, or maybe not even irks me, I just find it unfortunate, is that what we're playing is like an enhanced edition. This was a re-release that came out sometime after the original was released. And so I feel like if they had been able to look at it and been like, okay, well, you know, maybe now that we have more time, now that we've got, you know, a final project. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like bitching, it becomes bitching needlessly when I begin repeating the same things over and over. But like, I feel like the fact that they had a re-release, that was an opportunity to maybe tie things together a little bit more. Maybe think more about how they could clarify things. Maybe adapt things more to the story that they, in the end, tried to tell.
The prologue was added as a free DLC a couple of months after release of the game. It was made in collaboration with some of our fans and made to elaborate a little bit on what went wrong with the parents' relationship. That the mother was not simply evil, but rather that relationships are tough, and neither of the parents handled it well.
Oh, so the prologue is like a completely different part that we haven't even done yet. Okay, interesting. God, we're so fast now. These are screenshots taken from the old house back when the project was our bachelor thesis in school.
Oh, you're home.
I guess so,
The
yeah.
team wanted to start with introducing the character of the mother, as well as the mechanics of the game. Starting with the kid's birthday was a way to both introduce Teddy in the form of a gift and showing how old the kid is. When night falls over the home is when you really start seeing the ways in which the child perceives reality while scared. A large part of the game is based on how children see and interpret what's happening around them.
And that's another thing I never got, because I know that was like one of the game's selling points, is, you know, it's supposed to be giving you a unique, like, childlike perspective, but I never got that sense. Like there was like that weird distortion effect, and then there was a lot of like very loud, overwhelming noises, which I guess I can kind of understand in that sense, but like it never felt like I was
The playground.
playing from a sort of, you know, unique perspective, I guess.
Something walking around here, but you never see it. The passive threat keeps you on your toes, and at the same time creates the illusion that you might be safe for the rest of the game.
I mean, yeah, it did kind of do that. Like, I was surprised when suddenly we were actually facing an enemy, but I don't know. It feels kind of gimmicky, I guess. It feels kind of like, oh, very tricksy. But
This is the forested home. It's a crumbling home that's slowly rotting away into the water and trees. The house here is a symbol of the family and home falling apart. The bloated creature inhabiting it is how the kid sees his mother when she's drinking and full of sorrow.
but we already know that that's not really what it means, is it? It's a completely different metaphor that you repurposed. I definitely feel like I wonder how you would go about doing that, because I mean, like, that would require, like, I don't know.
For each world the player goes through, the environment illustrates more and more the jumbling together of memories. And this place is a direct illustration of that mess. Most prominently, it's framed by the memory the child has from trying to hide in closets or any nook it can find. The monster in this place represents the mother when she is angry. It comes out when the kid is making a mess.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mess. Bring this monster out. Hit me with it. But, like, I don't know. I don't know how you would get, like, because you'd have, like, the kids would need to be able to articulate, what their perspective on fear is, and it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's almost like a catch-22. It's like, okay, so this was the thing we saw at the beginning. There was just kind of like disco dancing in the hallway. Harold. And then, what the shit is this about? And this one is an old relic. The story, and particularly how the game ended, was very different in the days of production. Back then, Teddy was the antagonist of the game. Like, okay, yeah, that still comes across. Like, he was very suspicious. Okay, so here, during production, we realized that we had the choice to either make a typical and predictable horror story to focus all the attention on the family situation. That's a false dilemma. You could have found a balance between the two, but serious topics like these aren't much talked about in video games. We felt compelled to make a creative game around this as we saw the potential to make a much more meaningful story. Trapped this idea along with the whole chapter and did huge reworks to many parts of the game to make it all come together more neatly. Exactly, yeah. Like when you're doing something like that, like yeah, these because again, as we know, like these weren't designed to be what they weren't intended to be that initially. But yeah, like okay, so here's the mother, and then we have these three things that are all supposed to be manifestations or represent like how does this. And again, that's like what I was saying before. Like, if you're going, it's like, I get that impulse. You want to tell a meaningful story, but like, if you're going to tell a meaningful story, you're burdening yourself with doing so. Because if you do it kind of in a poorly hackneyed way, it feels bad. It feels bad to experience. Let's see. So is this like Teddy's codename Teddy gun? Teddy, explain to me this gun.
Oh, there you have Me, or old me, as now I'm just a floaty version in your memory, of course. Also, here are all the characters in Among the Sleep, old and new. Some are not used, and some are hard to see because of the various tricks and lighting we did to obfuscate them.
I feel like they shouldn't have done that so much. Like, these are really well done models. But, like, when we were, you know, running from them, like, we didn't really get a sense of them. Of the first monster, Hans, is summoned out of heat, who wanted to create something terrifying out of an ordinary object. The child might see glowing eyes and a huge mouth in the front part of a wood furnace. We exaggerate this bit and made the whole furnace become alive. Who are these dolls? Guess we'll never know. And what's this thing? These are all creatures that were designed very early in production. There wasn't a sudden decision to cut them from the game. They all naturally phase out as we gradually shifted the game genre from an adventure game with horror elements into what the game is today, which is kind of the exact opposite. What worlds did these rejected creatures inhabit? World was cut before we did anything more than concepts in a rough white box block out. This life-size doll is the myriad of creepy dolls stalking you in the dark. Under the forest wait an underworld of tunnels made by giant worms in the great halls of crystals. Yeah, we've read about that. Oh?
This is the reveal. This is where you see your mother for what she is, and the player gets to connect the various monsters and sights through the game.
Except, like, that isn't what happened. We were just confused.
Ah, my favorite place. I felt we really connected here, you know? A bit of a breather between the various bad, nightmarish worlds we went to. Also, I was able to talk a lot here, as elsewhere the developers were concerned about keeping the tension up and didn't want me to say too many things. Also, I kind of get quiet when scared, so it's okay and all, but I liked best the times we had to catch up.
The world that bit the dust. Okay, this is the furnace world.
Originally, the chase for the mom was a MacGuffin. You did not really find her, and the monsters used her to lure you further into the dreamlands. And we struggled for some time to make sense of this story, especially the playtesters were confused as the story ended without you seeing your mom again.
Yeah, I mean, I do like this a lot. Like, that's like the like I can very clearly see the love that they have for what they've made, and like I don't want to besmirch that. Like, honestly, I don't. Because, like, clearly this is something that a lot of work, a lot of passion went into. It's just that, like, the moment you choose to tackle a subject like this, you have the approach to to criticism changes. I would say it's no longer just I'm just trying to sort of, like, you know, analyze the elements of what makes it scary or what makes it a good story. I'm suddenly having to, you know, like, place it within a wider context about, you know, the subject matter that it's dealing with. And so it's like, more than anything else, I hope that they learned a bit more than, I guess, what they let on in the design docs that they like and stuff. Is that like, I don't know. A lot of the stuff that they said that they talked about being glad that they cut or they thought was like, you know, good decisions. It's like, I don't know if I agree, because the end product felt very confused and very mismatched, and like and even now that it's like, you know, the symbolism is being, you know, spoon fed to me, I'm like, this all feels very confused and tacked on and kind of just slapped together. You know, if you want it, like as you said, like there should have been a you know, they should have gone back and redesigned the monsters to function as variations on a theme. Like, even when it was revealed that, oh, it's the, you know, the mother is, you know, the alcoholic and stuff, like I still didn't get the sense that, you know, that the monsters are supposed to be her.
Did you know that you can collect hidden drawings throughout the game?
I did know that. I've been trying to do my best to do it.
If you do, they will appear here in this room. There might even be a reward if you can find them all.
Oh shit, will that open this box? Fascinating. I might have to revisit this and check that out. Is it, like, even the way they were expressing it, they're like, you know, we kind of then thought maybe we could tell a more meaningful story. It's like, believe me, I'm speaking from experience. Telling a story that has some sort of gravitas or deeper meaning, or is trying to like contribute to a conversation, or is trying to handle heavy subject matter, is something you really want to do from the outset. It's not something you want to go like, oh, well, I was just trying to tell, you know, a silly playful story, or a, you know, an interesting fantasy story, but then I just decided I wanted to tackle the topic of, like, you know, child abuse and parental alcoholism. It's like, you really just jumped right into like 5th gear at that point. And I don't know, I don't know what else they've done. Have they done anything else? Let me check real quick. Here, go to this game. Take me to this game's store page so I can see what else. No, Foursquid. Where isn't there usually a store button? Guess I can go to the View Community Hub. Oh, so like, yeah, they're now June 5th. They've announced they're releasing a version for the Switch. So they're still like reiterating this game, and it's like, maybe, what is this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so no, that's something else. So no, games by them. Something called Mosaic. Which planned release date 2019. You live in a monotonous life in a cold sea with no real sense of meaning until one crucial day when strange things start to happen and everything changes. Mosaic is a dark and atmospheric adventure game. I think if they tried, they could definitely make that work. I have faith. These are creative people, I can see that. They have the capacity, it's just that the one problem I'm seeing, and I'm kind of pulling from like my years as like a writing tutor, is that they seem to be justifying all of their ideas a bit too much. Like trying to cope with uncertainty by being like, no, you know, in the end I think this was a good idea. And it's like, I would disagree. Okay, so now that we've got to see all of that, let's check out the prologue. And then from there, I guess that will be, we'll have experienced everything the game has to offer. prequel to... Well, now I'm just completely fucking lost again. I'm just a baby in the snow. Right. What's up?
Cold. So cold.
Oh, hello. Let me try to close this window, tiny friend. Nope. Baby strength not strong enough. Let me try to... I don't know. Let's break the icicles with this plane? Okay, maybe we can climb up here. Oh, what's this? It's shimmering, but... Interact with it? Okay. Maybe once the snow is melted? There we go. Oh. That was fast.
Please. More warm. More happy. Safe. Safe. Thank you. Monsters don't like happy.
I was just gonna give him a comforting pat, but I guess we've now consumed him into ourselves.
Hiding. Oh, scared. Please, help them.
I will do my best. Let's see, is this us with all the dolls? Oh. It's the damn shadow monster again. We don't have Teddy with us this time. So we're gonna just have to try really hard not to get into places that are too dark, cramped. What's this about? Somebody sitting in a chair and they've been stabbed? Well. Holy shit. Yeah. Fuck your clocks. I mean, already this definitely feels more like a threatening environment. then again, it kind of pulled that same stuff on us before. I was like, oh no, it's all just meant to kind of fool you into thinking. Hello? Oh. Also, like, I feel like a lot of the terror is really kind of, I don't know,
Help me.
diffused by the fact that we'll... Hold up one sec. And just knowing all these monsters are actually just like really sad metaphors is kind of like... kind of deflates some of the horror, I guess?
Please. Help.
Wherever it's on. So who are we talking to here? Like, okay, where is this? Where was that voice coming from, man? One of the drawers? Like... Nope. The sequence is a little odd. You over here somewhere? Here? Through this door? Okay, that's kind of cool, I will say that much. there we go. But how do I get to you? I mean, I should be free. Got like a appointment evening, but other than that, yeah, I'm free. Okay, so I have to find something to. Oh, here we go. This thing here. Okay.
Thank you.
Still gonna be a demon about it? No, of course not. Like, okay, I'm gonna be really real. This is shaping up to literally be like the game they should have just started over and then went on to make. Like, did you see how those two like glowing eyes down there between the steps? Like, that's a cool effect. This is cool. I mean, like, this feels like the game that they were describing that they were like they went on to try to make in the end. That's right. And that whole side journey. Completely forgot that I was initially trying to find a way to get up to that doorknob. Okay, so then I need to find... Well, here's another snow-covered room. Let's clear this out.
Help, please. Please. Help.
Oh, okay. So 2 windows we gotta close. Oh shit. What am I supposed to do? Like... Yes, continue the story. Is that thing just kind of stalking around? Is that what it is? That was like kind of the only choice. It's like, well, here you are in a freaking corner.
Cold. So cold.
Yeah, I got it. I'm getting it. And then now, is it this thing? What's this?
Happy, please. Oh, happy.
Okay, that's over there now. So let's... I think it's this radio that's over here. That's the happy object. Can I not drag this over this rug? Why not? So I guess I can shelter in here in case that thing comes back. Here we go.
Thank you.
That having been said, it's upstairs. Like, I feel like they were talking about, like, the issue of, like, static situations and immersion breaking. It's like, I feel like they really, really should have found an alternative to, like, I don't know, you're a baby who's just very good at climbing stairs. I stabbed with his pipe. Yeah? I'll close this door for the time being. Peter Parker Jr. over here. Some kind of bus or plane ticket. Oh, hello? So if this room's just like an office, then... Yeah, I think that would have been like a very, I don't know, like symbolically strong thing to do. Like ultimately just anything to make these monsters more resemble the mother that they're supposed to represent. That would be scary as hell.
Cold. Happy, please. More happy.
Did all the doors just kind of vanish or something? Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Skater beaver. Skater beaver is all about the good vibes. Hello? What the fuck was that? Oh shit. Some kind of document. Right? Okay, maybe one of the other environments is unlocked now. Like there was the upstairs. Yeah, we can just rapidly crawl up the stairs. Like, okay, yeah, so that... Now we've unlocked the upstairs area. That's locked still, though. Just strafe crawling. Like, I think they should have given you, like, alligator movement. Like, you can, if you're crawling, you can, like, move very quickly in a straight line, but, like, you have to turn independent of motion. I think that would have been a bit more, I don't know, like tension building and immersion, like forming. Because like we're just, this baby moves like a hovercraft. It is true. This model, this baby does have very long arms. I get through here? Oh god, am I stuck? Okay, there we go. So I'll just be like, what the hell? Somewhere up there? Also, like, what is that heartbeat sound effect supposed to signify? Because that was one thing that was bugging me, like in the main game, was it seems like is it like proximity to the monster? Is it it's just purely for effect? Oh god, that's not good. First of all, it's these people are fighting while their baby's in the vents. Oh, that's right. Okay, dude. Okay, we already went into this area. It's all the spooky. Oh shit! It's all the spooky humming. All I can really do is go back outside in the snow. Harry Potter's all locked up. So here, just a baby going out into the cold Norwegian winter. It's like a philosophical question. How do you shut the cold out from the outside? There you are.
It's too much.
can see the skybox effect. So, like, I feel like that was the beginnings of, like, a good game that, like, along the lines of what they seem to want to change the game to be. Like, I think that the main game wasn't necessarily bad, it's just that that was the beginning of the game that they tried to make initially, and the game we played initially was a completely different game that probably could have stood to just stay with its original direction. Like, at least it had, like, you know, it had a very appealing gameplay loop. It was compelling. Like, I definitely think that, I don't know, could have stood a little bit more, like, because I think another issue is that allegory is a difficult thing because you want to be able to tell a story symbolically, but the thing is, sometimes you can just get completely lost in allegory, and it completely detaches from the story that you're trying to tell. Like, allegory should be something that kind of, I guess, elucidates on sort of the poetry of a story, not obfuscates it. And I think a lot of the time that gets messed up, and I feel like that's kind of part of what happened here. Is it's like you've got to at least lay the groundwork of, like, don't try to make things so symbolically abstract that you start telling a completely different story, I guess. But I don't know. That's among the sleep. Again, I think it's really good that it broke ground for sort of, you know, this idea of child horror. Maybe we can try. I can try to dig up some other examples of that. That, you know, might be an interesting thing to explore, to kind of see, because that's kind of part of what I wanted to play this. Not only because I mentioned it last time, because I kind of want to address some of the more keystone, I guess, you know, you could call, like, keystone texts of the indie horror scene, and I would say this definitely is one of them. Even though the end product didn't quite live up to the hype. I don't know. I used to get, I like, you know, I was an English major in college, so, you know, but if I thought the game was just purely bad, I wouldn't be spending so many words picking it apart. I saw the effort there. I saw what they were trying to do. I saw where, you know, there was clearly, you know, a conflict with time, a conflict with resources, a conflict with experience, really. I feel like this is the kind of thing that I bet if this had been like a smaller indie project, not like a big kickstarted thing that they had, you know, had released, and then maybe, like, after getting some other more, you know, concrete projects under their belt, revisited and kind of remade and expanded upon, I could see it growing into a very, very good piece of, you know, of work. But I feel like, from what I can tell, especially since, like, their latest thing is that they're celebrating the 5-year anniversary of the game by releasing it on the Switch. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think that, and if they're happy with it, you know, I can't really, you know, fault them that. But that's just how I feel. I can see the lost, the sort of the untouched potential of the approach, and the sort of missteps, you know, kind of echoing around the project. But all in all, I didn't hate it. We got through it. I played the whole thing. I wanted to play more. I wanted to explore, you know, the prologue. I wanted to check out the museum space. I'm glad that they did it. So yeah, So I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing for next time. I didn't know where. I literally was like, what the hell am I going to do today? Because I was, kind of. Part of me was because I had stayed up very late last night because I had a friend visiting from out of town who I only get to see a couple times a year, and so, I didn't get a lot of sleep, and so I kind of played with the idea of not of taking the day off from streaming, but I didn't. And then I had to rush to figure out what to play, and so I chose those. So hopefully tomorrow or tonight even, I can, God, excuse me, I don't know, get something put together. Maybe touch upon one of the many things that I've talked about. I talked about Pony Island last time, which I think is another one of those, I guess, keystone texts, which kind of plays with this idea of, like, the haunted retro game sort of thing, which I don't think it was the first to do that, but it was definitely the most kind of influential. And then of course I have the the band Unreal recreation of PT, which is the only thing that the only way we can play that, unless I find a PlayStation 4 on eBay. It's probably gonna cost me like $1,000 that has PT already installed on it, and then get a capture card and everything. But so I don't know. I enjoy these sort of, I don't know, maybe this can become its own segment, kind of trying to sort of textually trace the development of indie horror, but who knows? I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. This is the point at which fetching becomes bitching or just rambling, is that I'm just kind of circling the drain a bit. So anyway, thank you all for checking this out with me. I don't know. That's why I love to stream, because I think that stuff like this is always more fun when it can be shared with people. And so yeah. Until next time, I'll be Friday. I am going to be in the morning continuing my charity stream of Final Fantasy V for Child's Play, and so that's been a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've played that game, and I don't know. It's one of those games that the last time I played, I wasn't quite as good at video games as I am now. I mean, it's good at, I guess I wasn't video game proficient, or at least RPG proficient, yeah. And now I've played a lot of RPGs, and now I'm kind of have a better approach rather than just, rush through it. And then, by then, I'll hopefully have figured out what I want to stream next for this. And if not, I'll always come up with something. It's the spooky stash. I've got a lot of shit stashed away in it. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Until we all see each other again, good night.